You've made the decision. You're ready to buy a horse. Now what? Mike Jennings of Professional Auction Services shares his advice for the first-time visitor to a horse auction.
One of the first things to do to a sale of this caliber is produce a catalog. And the catalog will offer information on each individual horse. And here we've done pedigree research so that you'll know what that horse as a show horse has done, or a producer. And you'll also get to see what the family has done, particularly the sires and the dams, and on down to second or third dams sometimes. So you can get a very complete pedigree and complete history of the show or the produce records of the family.
Also in the front of any auction catalog is the conditions of sale. It spells out what the terms of the sale are and is essentially the sales contract, so that both you as a buyer and the seller are on the same page. You'll also find information about registering as a bidder, a schedule for previewing the horses before the auction, and other details about the sale you are attending. Knowing what kind of horse to buy is also important.
We recommend that you come with a list, either written or mental, of the things that are important to you about this horse. I mean, some people may want to be more concerned about winning than they are about how long it takes to prepare the horse to show. Other folks want an easy preparation, but maybe they're going to regional competition, and so there's a different set of characteristics they would look for in a horse. And I think for a timid, non-pro rider, you might look for a different horse than if it's an advanced amateur rider that's ready for a high-end horse that can be more aggressive. So these things, you're certainly, and we encourage you to ask sellers those questions.
At the sale or auction, while it appears a little chaotic with the auctioneer yelling and his assistants waving their hands, all that is really happening is bidders settling on a price.
We have a tote board system where there's actually a display of what the auctioneer has bid on a horse, so you'll know that that's the bid, and you would be making an advance over that. The bid spotters, each bid spotter works a section of the crowd, and that's the buyer's direct link to the auctioneer. If you have a question about where the bid is, you ask that bid spotter, they're going to make sure that you're aware of do you have the bid, or do you need to make the next bid. So we try to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Mike's best advice for buying your first horse is pretty simple. Be prepared.
To shop carefully by looking through your catalog, seeing if you've selected horses that fit your purpose. Make sure you spend time shopping the horse, asking questions, watching the horse perform. In the case of a halter horse, watch it travel, do things like that. And if you have a limit, then make sure you set that limit in your mind when you go sit down in the auction. People tend to get excited at auctions, and you have to be able to control yourself if you've reached your limit. Sometimes it may be just a little over that limit gets the horse purchased for you, but those would be the major things I would say. And if you've shopped carefully and gone in to sit down in the sale ring with a good idea in mind of what you plan to spend, then your chances of coming away with a horse that will be a good horse for you are very great.